Hello and welcome back to Building a Nation here on Football Manager 2023 with UMF Selfoss. We are at the end of Season 8 and as you can see we've had another very successful domestic season. 4 trophies won. I'm actually really happy with how the season has gone. I actually just started recording this about 5 minutes ago and then realised my microphone wasn't on. So if I sound a bit rushed to start with, apologies. As ever, if you've been enjoying the videos, please do drop a like and hit subscribe as well. The support so far has been phenomenal. I'm really happy with the support these videos I've been getting, and they're really making me want to make more, so that's good news. Hopefully you've been enjoying it, and we're going to get right into a very busy transfer window. If we look at the outs quickly, as you can see, it's all what we knew was going to happen. Very disappointing season for some of our ex-players as well. Ruan has ended up at Stjarnan, which is nice. Magnusson is a bench player for Sassuolo. Very disappointing. 19 appearances, but most of them are on the bench. You could have been with us, Petter. You could have been with us. But on the transfers run, as you can see, we've had a pretty busy season. Konradsen and Hoxson from Breidablik have not played for us at all. They've been out on loan, and in the case of Hoxson, also out on loan. We just brought these guys in as extra bodies for the future. Another player that we brought in from Breidablik was Hörður Arnason, who is developing into just a tremendous football player. For 18 years old, he is obscene. He is going to be so good. Already got 2 caps for the Iceland national team. This guy is going to be phenomenal going forward. Speaking of phenomenal, we have also finally replaced our goalkeeper. Miroslav Kruti has come in from Nitra. He is a Slovakian, soon to be international. I'm pretty confident about that. He is just an upgrade on what we had before and should be our goalkeeper for at least the next 4 or 5 seasons until something really special comes through. Other players we brought in, Anas El Ouali, the Moroccan left back, who has come in as well and played most games this season. Mr. Consistent, good football player, good physicals, good mentals, good technicals. 22 years old, 7 caps for Morocco. Just a good player. Speaking of good players, Sigurd Berger, Ake Jöransson as well. We talked about him in the last episode. He's come in, done what exactly we needed him to do, just be a killer centre back. He also occasionally plays in midfield. Another centre back option we brought in was Jasper Kaivola, the Finnish player, 34 under 21 caps. A good player, solid, driven personality, kind of just an upgrade that we needed. We overspent on him. We didn't actually spend 1.1 million, but we will, he's going to do jobs for us over the next couple of years. Malik Mbaye, as you can see, 16 goals, 18 assists in 37 games for the Senegalese now international. Just a good player. We talked about him in the last episode and I did say I kind of regretted buying him. With the performance he's put in, I do not regret that anymore. He has been sensational for us. How many years he will be a starting player for us is up for debate, but for now he's just doing the jobs. And then the best player, I think everybody will agree, that I brought in this season other than Arnason, is Marcelo Astray, a Uruguayan centre back. 1.4 million, some of it was installments. Great season, 7.49 as well on the average rating, and he's just a good footballer. Resolute personality, incredible physicals, great mentals, good enough technical ability for what his position is as well. He is just going to be great for us for at least a few seasons, if not more, unless we potentially lose him to a bigger club. And those signings, as you can see, led to an unbeaten season, a thoroughly dominant title defence this year. 22 games played, 21 wins, 1 draw, which was to Breidablik, who finished second, and no losses for another unbeaten season. Sigurd Jonsson, as you can see, 19 goals as top scorer. We will come on to him in a moment because he has really made things interesting for the centre forward position. We have won the Icelandic League Cup, we won the Icelandic Champions Cup, and we won the Icelandic Cup. These don't really matter anymore. I mean, nobody cares, but we won them all quite easily. As you can see, we were very dominant. And in the Champions League, would you believe it, we have finally managed to qualify for the group stage. Now, as you can see, we are not on the list of teams in the group stage, but we qualified for the group stage, which was a nice £12 million windfall. We got past Cluby, 10 million aggregate, Dundalk, and then we finally managed to beat Rangers in a playoff round as well, before also finally beating Red Star Belgrade quite comfortably on aggregate before qualifying for the Champions League group. We did start off with a 1-0 win over Dinamo Zagreb, but close losses followed. A 4-1 to Bayer Leverkusen, not exactly close, but 2 3-2 defeats to Ajax and Atletico Madrid. No shame in those losses. We are, we're doing better than Juventus and Napoli, so, we've got that going for us. We are still only a 2.5 star national reputation team, but as you can see, the prize money there, 10 million extra this year compared to last. Everything's still going up in the green. Nearly 2,000 shirts sold because we all care about the shirt sales. But yeah, as we said, great season for us. The finances are looking very healthy, as well. We've got money to do things. We've got, the projections are incredible as well. The vision, if we look at the supporters on board, it's, it doesn't really work. This screen, this is a B- at least compared to C+. The dev center was very interesting this year because we are going to talk about Gunnar Olafsson in a moment, but I just wanted to give you a sneak preview of him before we go any further. Some other decent players, Gudjon Hassing, he could do a job for one of the teams in the division. Kana Robertson as well, great mentals. And Daddy Caljw, Gudmarsson. Again, these are players who could do jobs for teams in the division. I don't think they're going to be players for us. If we look at the Europa League from last season, however, we did play Real Sociedad and lose 3-1. We did lose 2-0 to Feyenoord before a 1-1 draw against Olympiacos. It got us actually into the knockout playoff round where we played Olympiacos again, but we did beat them on penalties 2-2 on aggregate before playing Napoli in the round of 16 before falling 5-1 on aggregate to Napoli, but still a very, very good Europa League campaign. I think we've started to turn that corner now where we should hopefully be starting to make a bit more of an impact in Europe. If we look at the Premier Division rankings, the league is up to 49th as well. We are continuing to grow. The league will hopefully be getting some more European qualifying places and better qualifying places as well going forward, but we are starting to mingle with some of the bigger leagues in Europe. The Russian Premier League has fallen to 34th overall as well. If we can start to get near those guys, we should be getting some good Europa League and Conference League qualification spots. Tactically, pretty much the same. If you want to have a little look at it, here it is. I'll just linger on the page for a couple seconds more. I've not really had to change it, so we don't change it. Until I need to change it, I'm not going to bother. But if we look at the squad, now if we talk about the goals, I'm going to save Gunnar until the end. But if we look at Sigurd Jonsson, 46 goals in 43 games for Sindri Sigurd Jonsson, who has just exploded as a player this season. I don't really know what's happened here, but we played him in the Icelandic Cup and the Icelandic League Cup, and as you can see, he was scoring goals for fun, and he just continued that all season. 6 goals in the Champions League as well. I knew he was a good player, but I didn't think he was going to be this good. He's completely erased Martinez as the starting striker here. He only played in 9 games this year. He scored 6 goals. Yeah, Emilio Martinez, I feel really bad for him, but Sigurd Jonsson has just completely overshadowed him this year, despite Martinez being the better player. Other players who have made great impacts, Christopher Steinset with 10 goals and 12 assists for the Norwegian midfielder. He's just been a... Remember, if you watched last year's save, Jannis Grimbergs of Meta was a player who I just kept around for about 12 years, and he always produced in the league and in Europe, and Steinset is giving me similar vibes here. Cheap purchase a few years ago, Mr. Consistent in the ratings, scores goals, gets assists, good player overall. We love Christopher Steinset in this house. Even Rasic with a decent season this year, 8 goals and 8 assists. He has started playing more in the central midfield role actually, and he's playing really well there, so he's most likely going to start reverting to a central midfielder for us going forward. Ousmane So as well, he is being fussy and wants to leave at the end of next season, so we will be looking to replace him. He is 29, we can do better now, but he's been a great servant for us. We might even look to cash in on him in the summer, or the winter. John Vigner Pettersson continuing to be a mainstay of the team, 10 assists overall this season. The physicals are tremendous. He's just, he's a Selfoss lad. He's quite like our Grimbergs. He's just going to stick around until the end. I've got no intention of letting Pettersson go anytime soon. Magnus Vollesen, 8 assists and 5 goals. We probably didn't need to bring Vollesen in, if I'm being brutally honest. He's likely someone who is going to be on the chopping block to leave the club this year. And as you can see, Kikosos is now on the way out. He's a very good goalkeeper, but he's not. Kruti is, I think, better than him, and we will probably look to let Kikosos go this season and run with a backup keeper of what's his face, wherever he is, Parhausen, or we'll just buy a new goalkeeper. We'll see how it goes. But I've held off long enough. Let's talk about the main man. Actually, some other players. Arid Dreistad as well has been very good this season. He has started to lose his place at right back, but overall a Mr. Consistent, along with, of course, Gudmundur Terfingsson. 6 goals, 5 assists this year. We love Terfingsson in this house. Is he a legend yet? No, he's not. He is still a favoured personnel. Come on, we need to get him to be a legend. Anyway, you've held off long enough. Let's talk about 15-year-old Gunnar Olafsson, shall we? So he's played 3 games. He's scored 2 goals and he has 2 assists. And look at him. 15 years old. He can play up front or he can play on the wing. We're going to probably keep him on the wing. Either footed. I use the Zealand skin on my laptop when I play this game. I usually play it on the laptop and record it on the PC. And his left foot is tremendous. His right foot is he's multi-footed. Physicals are obscene for a 15-year-old. He's got no strength, but he'll get that over time. The mentals will improve. The technicals are really good. I think he is going to be a sensational player, and we've luckily managed to snag him when he signs his permanent contract in a year's time. I believe we've got him down for a 3-year optional club extension as well. I have very high hopes for Gunnar Olafsson, and this is what I wanted in the save. I wanted us to produce players like this, young Icelandic talent. Him, Sigurd Jonsson, yes, we signed Sigurd Jonsson from after those guys. Yes, we signed him. Yes, we signed Arnason, but we are going to produce these guys into top quality players. I want the Icelandic national team to basically be a Selfoss team and compete on multiple fronts overall. But yeah, I'm so happy with that youth intake. I mean, the rest of the players aren't bad either, but he is the man. 15 years old. That good already. Come on. But that's pretty much it, to be honest. I've not really got much else to say in this episode. The main thing I wanted to talk about was Olafsson. We are still a legend at the club, of course. They will still not give us a coaching badge, which is very annoying. But in good news, yes, you will know this from a month ago, but this actually works. He says, as they've all changed names. I don't know if it's because I'm transferring my save file on a USB, but this was working, and now it's just decided to duplicate them all again. Thanks, Sports Interactive, your game is rubbish. But anyway, that is going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little rundown of the season. Let me know where you think we can also improve as well. I feel like we need a backup goalkeeper to back up Krúti. We'll try and get an Icelandic goalkeeper. Right back, Baldur Gudmundsson has been the main man going forward, and I think he's good enough as well for at least another year or two. Left back I'm happy, centre back I'm very happy. We could probably look to improve the central of midfield, and we do have probably one too many attacking players, so we might have to actually get rid of some this year. But I think Volleson is a candidate to go. I think Einarsson is a candidate to go. I think Ivarsson is probably a candidate I think Ivarsson's very good, but I think we can probably just let him go to another team in the division as well. Torres, I mean, this is looking like a bit of a wasted signing, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry, Emmanuel, but you're probably gone this year as well. And we'll look to get a central defensive midfielder, I think, as well. But that's going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Please do drop a like if you have. Hit that subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys next Friday at 1 o'clock UK time for the next season of Building a Nation in Iceland. Thank you so much, and let's just have one more little look at the main man himself. Where is he? Gunnar Olafsson. There he is. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.